Hello, hello. Hope everybody's doing well. Week 9, we're working on getting our information organized and outlined for our essays. So I'm still working on annotated bibliographies. I hope that that was a fairly simple process for everybody. So now we're in that kind of note-taking, information gathering, and argument figuring out kind of phase. So I recommend, first of all, figuring out exactly what it is you want to say before you get too involved in trying to lay out exactly your argument strategy. Now, if you already know, if you've got a good feel for how you want to argue this, go after it. That's totally fine. But if you're kind of sitting here looking at your information, looking at your sources, feeling a little anxious, just start getting some stuff down on paper. So, this week, I asked you to create a sentence outline, a full sentence outline will let me make sure that you're on a good track. It'll let you organize all of your information, and it will let me very quickly give you feedback in a way that a full draft will not. Now, we're going to have draft conferences in the next couple weeks, so don't sweat that. You'll get eyes on your draft before you turn it in. But for right now, you're planning, okay? So this sentence outline that you create should have a working title, working thesis, topic sentences, and main points for each of your topic areas. Now, when I say working, that means some stuff can change, okay? So what you turn in, it's not like I'm going to take your paper and go sit right next to your outline and say, oh, well, you know, on March 27th, she said that she was going to use this thesis statement, but this paper has a few words changed. It's not like that. This is your plan, okay? You're going to treat this like a map. For those of you who are, let's say if you take a trip somewhere and you use the maps feature, use Google Maps or whatever you use on your navigation system. If there's a car accident, it's going to reroute you. You may decide you want to stop somewhere else on your way and go in a slightly different direction. You're still going to get to the same destination. You're just changing the way that you get there a little bit. That's okay. This is a map. You don't have to 100% stick to this particular map. You can make some changes. So working title, make sure your title is relevant to your essay. Please don't call your essay research paper or argumentative research essay. You need to come up with a title that is relevant to your content and will get the reader's attention in a good way. You will need a working thesis, so the main argument of your essay. If you're going a problem and solution route, your thesis is going to be the problem plus the solution. If you are making an argument, your thesis will be the argument, okay? You don't need an I think or I believe and I feel. If that helps you write it, go ahead and say all that and then go plop the first person off of it and make it a nice solid thesis statement. So then you need topic sentences for each of the areas of your paper. I'm not saying paragraphs, okay, because some of you are going to write more than one paragraph on some of these topic areas in your essay. But you need a main idea for each of those areas and to list your points of support. In a formal outline, your Roman numerals are going to be your thesis and your topic sentences. So your thesis will be Roman numeral 1 and I. Your first topic sentence will be Roman numeral 2. I. You know how this goes, right? I have an example for you in Blackboard to help. Your supporting points will be capital letters, A, B, C. Anytime you have an A, you have to have a B. If you want subpoints beyond that, you can use the numbers 1 and 2. So under an A, you could have a 1 and 2. Under a B, you could have a 1 and 2. You could have a 1, 2, 3. If you have a 1, you have to have a 2. Okay? You're not breaking things down if you only have 1 point under there. You can go further in detail if you want to. You could go into lowercase letters. You could go to lowercase Roman numerals. You don't have to go that far, though. I will tell you this, the more thorough your outline, the more feedback I can give you, and the more thorough your outline, the easier it's going to be to draft your paper. You remember that last time I talked about taking your notes and putting the source over on the right and then leaving room here on the left so that you can go through and figure out where you want your information to go in your outline. On the flip side, if you're really struggling to figure out your outline, lay out your information and start grouping your topics. You can do that electronically in a Google Doc or Microsoft Word or whatever you're working with, or you can kick it old school like me, or you can print it all out, cut it all up, and lay it out and move it all around. So do what works for you. So this week you've got some reading about argument and logical fallacies. I'll talk about that a little bit more in detail in another video. So this week is some inquisitive, some reading, in that sentence outline, okay? If you need help, if you're struggling, please get in touch so that I can help you. I know that we have spring breaks coming up and everybody's not on the same schedule. So there's going to be a 2-week window for some inquisitives and for your draft conferences. I'll be sending an announcement out and you'll see some new stuff pop up in Blackboard on Thursday, kind of laying out that schedule. So I'll talk some more about argument. We'll have also a little practice on quoting and paraphrasing coming up as well. So please let me know what you need help with, what you need guidance on, what you need video on. I will be hard at work grading and getting stuff back to you. And if you need help, don't be a stranger. Take care.